Hello. We're fast approaching the time here in the United Kingdom where we'll be taking our early potatoes. If you've grown them in buckets or bags or any other sort of container, a pot, you'll be turning it out. One thing I can't guarantee is that you'll get a good result. Can't guarantee that. But I sincerely hope you do. And once you get over the excitement of that result, there's a bucket of soil to deal with, a bag of soil to deal with. That I can guarantee you. You'll have that soil. And there is an opportunity here to perhaps grow a second crop. There's lots of summer months left. You could perhaps grow a second crop using that soil, recycling that soil straight back into that bucket. You may want to add some fertiliser to it to spark it up. That's something I normally do. But you can do it. But you need to get yourself prepared to do it. If you don't have any seedlings that are ready to go as soon as this bucket's emptied, then you may want to visit the garden centre and buy some. Check out this video. It's one I shot a number of years ago. I didn't know it would work at the time, but it's a start to finish video, and it did work. And I grew 10 leeks. 10 leeks in a small 10-inch water bucket. And got a result. And this is a start to finish video, so you will see the result. And you could do this. I did it. You could do it, but you need to get ready to do it. If there's any preparation needed done, if you need any fertiliser, or you need to buy some plants in, if you do that now, when you turn that first bucket of potatoes out, that first bag of potatoes, you're ready to get that soil back into action again. Hey, 2 crops, same bucket, same bag, same soil, same year. Come on. Hey, this is homegrown veg. This is homegrown veg. I'm even getting excited about it, thinking about it. Oh, by the way, as someone pointed out to me, I think it was on that original video, if you're going to have 10 leeks in a bucket, it'll never hold water. It'll never hold water. Enjoy the video. Hello. It's ages since I've started a video by doing a hands up. So let's do one now. Let's do a hands up. Hands up if you garden in a small garden. Hands down. Hands up if you're growing vegetables in buckets. Hands down. Hands up if you've just taken some of your early potatoes or other vegetables. Well, if you've got 3 hands ups, then this video is definitely for you. This is an empty bucket, and this bucket has already delivered early potatoes this year. And just like you, we've got some soil, haven't we? We've emptied this bucket out, we've taken the potatoes or whatever vegetable you've harvested indoors, and now we've got an empty bucket and some soil. Question is, what we're going to do with it? Well, it certainly needs to be kept tidy, doesn't it? And if you've got a small garden, it sometimes isn't easy to keep it tidy, particularly when you start emptying buckets out. Where are you going to put it? Well, here in the UK we have at least 3 good growing months left ahead of us. Depending on where you garden around the world, you might have 3 months of good gardening weather ahead of you. Seems a shame to waste it, doesn't it? We've got a bucket, we've got some soil, we've got some gardening weather ahead of us. Hey, let's garden. let's garden. So okay, this has had something taken out of it. This soil has had something taken out of it by the potatoes. So the potatoes have partly depleted this soil. It really needs sparked up again. And if we're going to do a quick turnaround, we need to spark it up now. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this bucket out of the barrow and spark this soil up. The shovel's optional. You can do this by hand, but I'm going to use a shovel. Why? Because I've got one. But this isn't optional. This is some fertiliser. And the fertiliser I'm using is an onion fertiliser. Watch, are you watching? Right, so we'll just pop this onion fertiliser in here. Now before you ask how much, I have no idea. Just enough. How's that? Right, let's charge this bucket. Okay, we filled it to the top. Just firm it down. Now this isn't a very good working height for me, so we're going to move this across there. You're welcome to come across. Come on. Okay, these are our leeks. If you recall, at the beginning of the year when we were chitting our potatoes up before we planted them, I suggested that you should start some leeks, you should sow some seeds, leeks, celery, and that at this point of time in the year, if you hadn't put them in your other containers, or if you had a raised bed, your raised bed, if you had some spare, we would go again with that soil from the early potatoes. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to break these out now, and I'm actually going to try and grow 10 leeks in 10 litres of soil in a 10-inch water bucket. Why 10? Well, because I've done it before and it worked. Okay, let's see if we can break them out. Just pop those in there and we'll see how many we've got in this bunch. Now I'll tell you now, roots don't grow up, they grow down. But you knew that already, didn't you? And there is a limited amount of soil and space in those 10-inch water buckets. A bit more than there was in that yogurt pot, but it's limited. So what we want to do is we want to make the maximum amount of soil available to the roots of the leeks. So to do that, we're going to plant these shallow. Now normally, when you're planting leeks, you would dibber a hole and just drop the leek in the hole. And that's about it. And maybe give it a drink of water and not much more. But we're not going to be dibbering holes because that'll take us too far down the water bucket. So we're just going to make some small holes when we plant these. How many is that? 3, 6. We're just going to have 10. If we haven't got 10, we're not planting 10. 7. Oh. 8. 9. 10. Hey, how about that? 10 and 2 space. Should we go for a dozen? Nah, I'll get these in somewhere, even if I plant these to grow on as individual leeks in a yogurt pot. I will use them. Right, let's just make sure we've got 10 here. Tidy them up a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 leeks. Hey, 10 leeks in a 10-inch bucket. It'll never hold water. The old ones are the best. Right. Now what I usually do now is put some pebbles around the top of this just to give me equal spacing. So let's go and get some pebbles. Let's see if we can get these equally spaced. 10. Oh, 9 sits on there nice, doesn't it? No, we're going for 10. How's that? 10. We're going for 10. Now what I will tell you before I start planting these leeks is that there's every danger, because I'm planting these leeks shallow, that the wind will want to blow them over. And until they actually get the roots down into this soil, they'll be susceptible to that sort of damage. They'll want to dry out if it's sunny because they haven't got the roots in, and they'll want to blow over because they haven't got the roots down either. So I'll stand this probably against a wall out of direct sunlight, at least direct sunlight at the hottest part of the day, at midday, and I'll keep it wet and I'll try and shield it as best I can from the wind. But here at Homegrown Veg, that isn't such an easy thing to do. Okay, let's get this first one in. So that guy has gone in no more than an inch. Now, what I will do is, at the end of this video, I'll give you a link to a video that I done some time ago. Shows me harvesting 10 leeks from a small water bucket like this. Now, it surprised me at the time, and that's why I'm doing it again. I wouldn't have thought it possible, but I pulled it off. So we're going to have another go. Now these are going to be lying all over the place when I switch this video off, but I will come back to them and I will prop them up, and if they need a stick to hold them vertical, then that's what they'll get. Until such times as they can stand unaided. Now if these pots are 10 inches deep and I've planted these in at about an inch, there's 8 to 9 inches of soil below them there for them to grow into. If I'd have planted them any deeper, most of that soil would have been above the root ball and it wouldn't be available to them. So that's why we're planting shallow, because I want to get as much soil available to that root system as possible. I'm going to give this a go. Listen, let me tell you this. If you didn't watch my videos earlier in the year and you didn't start any leeks or you didn't start any celery, garden centres are now open. They probably will have some leek plants, small plants like this. Well, if you've got a bucket, if you've got the soil, if you've got some growing year still ahead of you, hey, why not? Why not? I mean, that soil's got to go somewhere, hasn't it? It's got to go somewhere. Get it back in a bucket and get something planted in it. And this, by the way, is crop rotation. Is it not? Potatoes out, leeks in. This is definitely crop rotation in a bucket. Come on, you know it is. You know what crop rotation is. Two unrelated vegetables following on. That one there. And that one there. Now they may not look as though they've all got the same amount of space, but they have. You saw how I laid it out. That's because they're leaning all over the place. So I'll give these guys a water now, and I'll prop them up off camera. I'll get them propped up off camera, and I'll get them stood against the wall so they don't catch much sun tomorrow and they don't catch any wind. In soil that's already produced early potatoes, 2 crops, same pot, same soil, same year, crop rotation. And of course it gives you something to do with your soil, doesn't it? If you had no plans for it, well, you have now. Let's go to the garden centre and get some leeks, and these will grow through into the autumn, into winter. So here in the UK we've got at least 3 decent growing months ahead of us. These will grow, they definitely will. Okay, I won't keep it any longer then. I'll post that link that shows me harvesting these in a previous video, harvesting 10 leeks. Hey, honestly, when you see it, you'll do this. You will do this. If you've got a bucket and you've got some soil and you've got some leeks, so you can go and get some leeks, hey, this is worth doing. Particularly if you're strapped for space, this is worth doing. Okay, so the link's going to be on here now. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.